Hi everyone. Today I'm summarizing Panic by Lauren Oliveira high-stakes YA thriller. Spoiler alert. Major twists ahead. If you're interested, the book link's in the description. Panic is a life-threatening game consisting of about 3 judges and 6 challenges, including the final round. Natalie, Nat, Heather Hill's best friend, decided to join. The first challenge was to jump off a cliff. There's water below. Heather was only there to support Nat and to say, "I love you" to Matt. However, she saw Matt kissing Delaney that day, so she decided to join the game and jump too. One player drank 5 shots of vodka before jumping, lost his balance, and fell on the rocks, the sound of his head echoing. The second challenge was to climb, and Heather successfully climbed, but the players after her got into a fight. Then the cops came, and everyone ran and started pushing people. Nat broke her ankle, and Heather didn't know what to do because she couldn't carry Nat and they had to be fast. Good thing another player, Dodge, helped them. Nat made a deal with Heather that whoever won between the two of them would divide the cash. Heather also made a deal with Dodge. The prize was about 60-0. The next challenge was getting inside a crazy man's house. That man had dogs and rifles. Dodge, Nat, and Heather were like allies, so they managed to surpass the challenge. The following challenge involved going inside a haunted house, and whoever stayed the longest would win. Heather, Nat, and Dodge were already asleep when they smelled smoke. The house was on fire, and they were locked inside the room. Nat was the smallest of the 3, so with Heather and Dodge's help, she got out of the room first to look for help. In the end, Heather and Dodge woke up in the hospital. Someone died, little Bill Kelly. The next challenge was crossing the street really fast while blindfolded. Nat was eliminated, but one player beat up Diggin, the host, so he was disqualified, and Nat was allowed back into the game. Meanwhile, Heather's mother, Krista, is an alcoholic and drug user. When they smoked pot in the house and stole her savings, Heather took her car and decided to run away and be homeless. They stayed at Meth Row for days until she got caught by a cop, though not arrested, for stealing a car. She called Annie, and Annie agreed to help them. Also, Dodge's mother frequently goes on dates, and his sister Dana stays at home because she's half paralyzed. Dodge joined Panic to get even with Ray Hanrahan because he has something to do with what happened to Dana. The next challenge was a solo one. Dodge had to face spiders, Heather's was Russian roulette, and Nat had to face a tiger owned by Anne. Nat didn't pass. She ran out of the gate 9 seconds too early because she got scared, so she was out of the game. Then Heather forgot to lock the gates. The following day, the 2 tigers were missing. One was later shot by another resident, while the other remained missing. For the final round, they had to race. Dodge asked Heather to let him win because he wanted to compete with Ray and get revenge. Heather agreed since they had a deal to split the prize anyway. However, Nat tied up Dodge and left him so he couldn't compete. She was afraid someone might die. It's also unclear why exactly Nat did that. Heather ended up racing Ray, but then 2 people suddenly pulled Ray out of the car, causing him to swerve and crash. Meanwhile, Heather managed to get out of her car before it completely burned down and saw the tiger standing in the middle of the road, likely the reason Ray swerved. Fearlessly, she reached for the tiger's head and patted it. She won. In the end, she split the money with Dodge and Nat. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the Panic summary, like, comment, and subscribe. Book links in my bio. Check out my other videos too. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the Panic summary, like, comment, and subscribe. Book links in my bio. Check out my other videos too.